So here we're just starting with the simple pepperonata. It's just onion and bell pepper, red bell pepper, until the onions are about translucent, so they're about done. Then I added in some sliced garlic, about 3 cloves. Well, not 3 heads, 3 cloves. And over here we got Italian sausage in the air fryer. It's about done. We're going to add just a little bit of salt. Don't want to add this too early because, well, this is tricky because I'm alone. And not too much. The earlier you add it, the saltier your food's going to be. So as you reduce the food, you just increase the flavor of the salt. And then we got some of this black pepper we're going to add. So we got that. Added squash, and here we're using squash instead of pasta. It's healthier for me. I don't get the carbs that way, and I don't want the carbs. So I'm limited to how many carbs I can eat a day. I'm doing about 40. And this is actually going to amount to none since there's so much fiber in it. And then we added the Irish butter. So we're going to let that go for about 10 minutes. Let our sausage cool down. And cut that into chunks and throw it in. And then we'll add the sauce that we took out of the freezer last night. Zucchini doesn't take long at all. And this sausage has cooled down a little bit. Wait a minute, there were 5 here. Anyway, it looks like the sausage fairy's been active. So that's about cool. We're gonna slice that up and throw it in there. Then our sauce and some mozzarella. We'll see what we got. Sausage is in, we're gonna stir that up a bit. Let it cook for about 4 more minutes so the flavors meld together. And when you're cutting the sausage, make sure you're using a good knife like this Mercer, so that they stay uniform and keep their shape somewhat. That's looking good. We got this bag of marinara that we thawed out yesterday. I'm gonna go ahead and dump that in. Some of it anyway. Let it get really, really hot. Bring it to a boil, then a simmer, and then we'll be on to our next step, our last step, our final. So we brought this to a boil, we're simmering it now, and when I added the zucchini, I would have added mushrooms if I had some. I did have some, but they were a little worse for the wear, so right now I'm going to add spinach, because the spinach really doesn't need to cook at all, and I'm adding a lot because it shrinks. Just organic spinach from Aldi. We'll be back. Once the spinach slightly wilts, about like that, and it only takes a minute or 2, I'm gonna add some mozzarella cheese. And I got a little carried away in that little area, so I'll spread it about. We're using shredded instead of the squares here. And then we're going to add the provolone circles. And you could bake this as well, almost like a lasagna, which is really good. But I'm not baking it today. We're just gonna melt these cheeses together and look at the flour. Yes, just before we plate it, looking pretty. It just a bit. Give it a little nice little look there. That's what we have. That's it. Plated on a paper plate, nothing fancy. Healthy, delicious, not a lot of sugar in the sauce. Added it just a bit. Give it a little nice little look there.